Hi guys, another commonly misspelled lesson today. Whose and whose. Whose and whose sound alike, but are spelled differently and they have very different meanings. Whose, W-H-O-S-E, shows ownership or possession. There are many students whose backpacks stick out into the room, causing the teacher to be very grumpy. No names. So whose backpacks? These are the student or the backpacks belonging to the students. Whose shows ownership. And it's spelled W-H-O-S-E. However, W-H-O apostrophe S is a contraction of who is or who has. Who's going to put this green backpack away? If we can substitute in the words who is going to put this green backpack away, then we use the form with the apostrophe. Remember, an apostrophe signifies that a letter or letters have been removed. So let's read these sentences about the Maasai people and decide which form of whose we need. Who's familiar with the tradition of the Maasai people? Asked the speaker from Tanzania. Notice, on a side note, notice that the question mark goes here, inside the quotation marks, and it frames the question. The question itself is, who's familiar with the tradition of the Maasai people? We don't put the question mark here at the end of the sentence because this is the end of the question. And we put a period at the end. So, side note complete. Who's familiar with the tradition of the Maasai people? Are we using the contraction form who is, or are we showing possession or ownership? Can we substitute in the words who is familiar with the tradition of the Maasai people? Yes, we can. So we need to use the apostrophe form. Aren't the Maasai a people whose traditional way of life involves cattle herding? Responded Mrs.Ferrario. Here again is our question mark, and I screwed up. That should be a period right there. So there you go. Aren't the Maasai a people whose traditional way of life involves cattle herding? Responded Mrs. Ferrario. Here we're talking about the traditional way of life belonging to the people. This form of whose shows ownership. So we need to use this form.